Welcome to Own Root Roses. In this episode, we're joined by my beautiful wife Tamsyn, who runs Wild Clover Collective. One of the initial reasons we started growing roses is to use the rose petals within some of Tamsyn's products. So what are you going to do with all these petals?
I will probably put them into bath salts. Mother's Day is coming up here in Australia. It's in May, so it's a really good time of the year to make like rose bath salts and bath bombs and stuff like that.
Can't you buy dried rose petals online from some cheap stores? What's the benefit of growing our own?
Usually dried rose petals online will come from like Pakistan or China, which is fine, but usually it means that they've been like exposed to a lot of chemicals and a lot of dyes, and this dye can, you know, come out in your bathroom appliances and stuff.
Would the dyes from those potentially stain your bathtubs?
Probably. But like, look at the color of this. Like, they are so beautiful and they're naturally this color, and they're gonna dry really true to color. I find that reds and pinks dry the best. So the darker the color on the plant, the better it's going to dry. I want to get some like purpley ones as well. Like that pink over there, that's a really good pink too.
Do you mix the colours with your bath salts?
Sometimes.
This is a Brindabella Purity.
This pink is really nice, and I think this pink will dry really nicely. See how it's a bit darker? Probably because it's just a little bit like fresher, I guess.
Yeah, well the one to the left is fresh. This
Yeah.
one is old.
So the faster we can get it drying, the better the colour is going to retain. The older the flower gets, the more likely it's going to go white or grey even. Maybe just come over here to see how the violina dries. So this is the violina when it's still really quite fresh. But if you look and see how the violina dries, naturally it's going quite white as it dries. So it's losing all of its colour, which is pretty normal for a pink hybrid tea. This Strawberry Hill.
No, that's Radio Times.
Radio Times.
Looks very similar to Strawberry Hill.
It does.
Except I think Radio Times stays a darker pink as it gets older.
All David Austin pinks are the same.
They're not.
This one's a really good one too. Like, although this probably wouldn't be a very good rose for a cut flower, this is great for using the petals for bath salts or even for cooking, because look how beautiful that colour is. So we're going to use it even though it's not a great cut flower. What even is this?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's not actually one of my favourites.
But this petal shape is really good for smaller bath products like a bath bomb or a shower steamer, because when this petal dries it's going to become quite small, and we only use a small sprinkling on our bath bombs, whereas the larger petals would be more suited for like a bath salt kind of application. So we love all roses equally because they all serve a purpose.
Even the varieties that are more susceptible to bug infestations are good here because we don't spray with any chemicals. So they're kind of like a sacrificial rose, so the other ones stay nice.
Let's go over there.
Can you just repeat that?
The amount of aphids on this St. Patrick is insane. So as you can see here, St. Patrick is really beautiful yellow. And it would be a really beautiful cut flower, but as it dries, it just completely loses all of that yellow pigment. It's just gonna go white and it's gonna turn into nothing. But glorious, right over here,
just finished flowering.
much better yellow for drying. Even though they look very similar, glorious has just got a bit more of like a orange pigment to it. And like I said, the darker the pigment in the colour, the better it dries.
And so you can see that we've been attempting to pollinate these glorious flowers as we try to propagate our own roses specially designed for flower drying. Now, before we mentioned that some roses are sacrificial roses, and St. Patrick is now one of our sacrificial roses that we just let the bugs attack. So even though St. Patrick is right next to Glorious, when Glorious was flowering, not a single bug was on it.
That's great. I really like these minis as well because their petals are small, which means they're really good for bath bombs and shower steamers because we're only looking at a product that's like that big. So the really tiny rose petals are perfect for that application. And we just got these ones from Bunnings, and I think this is supposed to be jewel orange, and it's really cute and it flowers so much. It's like flowering like year round almost, I think. Just a little cheap buy from Bunnings, but worked out really good for us. As you can see, these guys are also drying really pale, so I've let them get a little bit too old. I'm just gonna deadhead them.
If you want to see how Tamsyn actually makes the products, you can jump over to her YouTube channel where she'll be uploading some more videos on that topic as well.